Hello everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you so much for being here. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can consider subscribe and share it with your friends. I am a Western tropical astrologer and I use a whole sign house system for all the forecasts and readings that I'm doing here. So in this video, we are talking about this upcoming week astrology forecast, and it will be about October 27 to November 2nd of 2025. Oh my God, we are in the crunch. We are in the last couple of months of 2025. I don't know about y'all, but like there are moments that when I glance on the date, I'll be thinking, where did the time go? But then yet also it feels slow sometimes. It's like I feel like time is going faster but also slower at the same time, I guess, depending on what we're talking about. I don't know, like do you feel this way? Do you have other types of feelings about time that we're moving through right now? Feel free to comment below. You know how much I love reading your comment and connecting with you all. But yes, this week is also very special because we are not just in Scorpio season, but this week also has all the Scorpio vibes, energies coming out with Samhain, with Samhain, with Halloween, and you know, Dia de los Muertos. Sorry if I butchered the name, but yeah, we have a lot of those celebration and you know, the days to honor our ancestors coming up. And I love all these. I'm a Scorpio sun and stellium, so I very much feel connected to this celebration and our culture. We also have what we call 重阳节, which is also the day that we honor the death, honor our ancestor, you know, going to whether this is creating an altar in our home to honor them, just like Day of the Dead, or going to visit them to give our offerings, you know, to light a candle and incense to let them know that, you know, they're always with us, we're thinking of them, and how much we feel gratitude and we're grateful towards, you know, what we have and what we got passed down, you know, with the wisdom and knowledge that they share with us. So if this feel resonates, this week is a perfect week to do all these things, whatever religion, spirituality modalities that you believe in. Scorpio season's a great time, especially this week, to do all these type of offerings and work ritual that you feel called to. Anyway, so let's dive into this week and let's talk about it. There's quite a few things happening. If you watched my previous video, great. If you haven't, I encourage you to check it out. I talk about a series of aspects that create this grand water trine up in the sky from last week till this week. So second half of last week, it starts to come up and we're continuing to feel this energy until midweek this week, or even the whole week as well, right? Because energy do not have a clear-cut point. Sometimes they linger around and they fade out slowly. So beginning of this week, we are continuing that water trine with all the planets in all the water signs. We have the Sun, the Mercury, Mars, all in Scorpio. Mercury will be moving to a different sign later on this week. We also have Jupiter in Cancer, and we have Pluto, my bad. We also have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So they are all up in the sky forming a trine last week and this week. So we start off this week with this beautiful grand water trine. So also take a look and see which houses are ruled by all these water signs in your natal chart. What are the themes, topics, areas of life are they about? Because they are all being supported by this water trine energy. Maybe this is about communicate the emotion that is coming up surrounding them, communicating, expressing them, speaking up about them with your loved ones, with your therapist, or simply acknowledging them within yourself. Maybe this is about getting clarity that you need to move forward. Maybe this is about knowing knowing who aligns with you in those shared values and way of thinking. Maybe this is about taking inspired action, maybe even taking a risk on all those topics as well. So like I said, Sun, Mars, Mercury in Scorpio, it might be giving us the courage that we need to plan and strategize, to take action about certain things in life. With Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, this is about knowing the plan, knowing the steps you want to take. This is about also feeling inspired and hope from whether this is personal or on a collective level about the values that you want to stand up for, that you want to speak up about, right? Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. This is about fighting for what you believe in, standing up for them. This is on a collective level, Jupiter in Cancer. How can we take action or use our words to bring in more safety and security for ourselves in our home environment and on a collective level for all? Because within the community, ideally, we want everyone to feel safe and secure, feeling that their basic needs are met, not needing to worry about shelter, health, food, the basic needs that we all need, right? So, and on a personal level, this is also about what you believe in, what do you want to speak up and fight for. And this is also about your hopes and dreams. What are you willing to do to maybe bring them into actions this week as well? Right? This is maybe forming a plan, talking about it, seeking advice, and so on and so forth. On 29th, we have Mercury entering Sagittarius on 29, 4:02 a.m. Pacific time or 7:02 p.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. Mercury is going to stay in Sag back and forth until December. I think it might be actually December 31st. I can't remember the exact day and time right now on top of my head. I think it's either December 31st, January 1st, right? That's how long it is. Mercury is going to stay in Sagittarius because yes, some of you guessed it. We are having a Mercury retrograde. It will take place in the sign of Sagittarius and Scorpio. I talked about it last week as well in my forecast video. Feel free to check it out. But of course, we will continue to talk about it as the time gets closer. Right now, we are in phase 1, which I call the phase 1 of Mercury retrograde journey, the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. So get ready. Things might come back later on, so pay attention, take mental note to see what kind of conversation you're having, what thoughts are moving through, what's happening in your life, and so on and so forth. During Mercury in Sagittarius, get ready because during this transit, sometimes we meet people that do embody this energy. We ourselves might embody this energy, which can be very eye-opening, educating in one way, because Mercury and Sag loves to share about their beliefs, the system, the philosophy, the ideology, religion, psychology, spirituality that they believe in. Which can be so interesting. There can be so many interesting conversation to be had, to learn something new, But on the downside, of course, there's always light and shadow attributes of any planet transit energies. But the shadow side is that sometimes Mercury in Sagittarius can tend to be a little bit too preachy and dogmatic about what they believe in. They are so passionate because they believe in it, and they want others to do the same. And sometimes it can feel like they're imposing them onto you to force you to agree or believe. So do be mindful of this energy. Mercury in Sag is ruled by Jupiter because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So during this transit, you might also feel like zooming out. Your thoughts, your way of thinking might zoom out. You might focus or want to, or feel called to doing some long-term planning or goal setting, right? You might want to zoom out and do a big picture way of thinking as well. Which I think is nice, sometimes it is great to have short-term and long-term goals, or, plan, just know that to not stay rigid about it, to keep it fluid, to be flexible about it. And this is about sometimes, also, especially we have a Mercury retrograde coming up. We are already in the pre-shadow, not to immediately take action or be very impulsive about it, because there's tendency of not able to follow through or fail to include details and focus when it comes to those kind of planning. So feel free to write down any ideas, goals, inspiration that is coming in, but give yourself time and space to think it through and revisit perhaps sometimes. Mercury in Sagittarius is outspoken, is very opinionated, is direct and straightforward. It's also very funny. It can be, people with Mercury in Sagittarius can be the people that just, sometimes we have things that we want to say it, but we just don't because it can be offensive, or we don't know what the outcome might be. So we just kind of like keep it in the download. Mercury and Sag, nah. They just say whatever that comes through their mind. Sometimes it can be like, what did you just say? But sometimes it can be in a good way. It's like, oh my God, did you hear? That was like unbelievable, or that was like so funny. So, but it can also be like, can you believe what they just say? What the F, So it can go either way. Pick your bet. But it can tend to help people that tend to be more shy to be more outspoken. It can make the social media more fun during this transit. Who knows, we might see some posts or videos or sharing, and that person is saying exactly what you want to say, and you're like, oh my God, yes. But it can also be, oh my God, no. So pick your battle. There can be verbal attacks, yes, because Mercury and Sag can sometimes be blunt and not considering. So also be mindful with that energy. But social media can be an interesting place to be during this transit, because people are just, gonna say whatever is in their mind, maybe feeling more okay to do so, right? And sometimes it backfires. But also singers too, comedians, right? We have a lot of comedians and singers having Mercury in Sagittarius, because Mercury in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so the voice get projected, right? It get exaggerated. So that's where all the jokes and magnificent vocal comes in. So yes, overall Mercury in Sagittarius can be fun. But right after, on the same day, on 29, right after Mercury enters Sagittarius, it immediately come into an opposition with Uranus and Gemini at 0 degree, and that can feel very chaotic, messy, shocking. It can feel like chaotic demons being unhinged. Because I'm trying to combine the two energies together, and yes, it can be like, in a funny way, but in a not so funny way. So it can be very alarming as well, right? Depending which way it goes. But it's an opposition. Even though me wanting to be optimistic, we might see some shocking news. We might see some unexpected announcement, verbal attack, shots are fired verbally, right? Mercury. So who knows, like about our world leader, particular, some of them, right? Their outspoken word can create a lot of shock, right? Who knows, Mercurial rule people might have unexpected turnarounds today. Can be good, can be bad. Maybe another talk host is going to lose their show today again, right? Like, who knows, or being accused in some way, shape, or form. We don't know, right? So journalists, talk hosts, people, yeah, we might see some news about them. And this is also about a going viral energy, okay? Because of that shocking effect. maybe somebody will post something that just make them go viral, like a viral speech, movement, announcement, whatnot. So definitely that is on the plate. If you want to go viral, maybe schedule your post to go off today on the 29th, right? But also because Mercury is opposing Uranus, there's a lot of unexpected encounters, sudden changes that might come up in our personal world. Our schedule, our plan might not follow through today. So just keep that in mind. There's a possibility. I'm not saying everyone will experience that energy, but just be prepared that things you plan or wish to go some way might not. So be okay to be flexible, adaptable, and just try to follow with the flow, you know, as much as possible. You know, just try to take some deep breath and know that if things are not going smoothly or as planned, there's a reason for it. This aspect also sometimes make us feeling more anxious because of overstimulation, you know, mentally over energized. So take conscious break if you can. Mercury also rules transportation, so I really want us to pay extra attention today. Like, keep your eyes on the road, whether you are driving or walking on the road, crossing the road. Please be mindful, right? People might not be mindful. Don't think that you can multitask. Today is not the day to multitask, okay? Just, yeah, be mindful. I would definitely want to stay extra cautious. I'm not gonna chase that yellow light. I am not going to try to run and cross the street when the light is blinking or going, you know, turning from yellow to red. I will not risk. I will be on the safer side, and I will not fly because if we talk about astrology, right, there's so many usage of it. You can use astrology to plan travels, to elect a day to do certain things. This is definitely not a day to hop on a plane. Like, call me superstitious, but this will be how I use electional astrology if I were doing it, right? So I'm not saying if you are scheduled to fly today, it will be, you know, dangerous, but I do recall a Mercury in Sag period. I think it was last year where we came across a lot of news that a lot of flights, you know, got into technical issues, you know, couldn't take off or has to, you know, have accident, blah, blah, blah. So let's not jinx it. Anyway, let's talk about the next aspect. On the 30th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, sextile Pluto retrograding in Aquarius. So today can feel like some of us might have some very deep conversation, healing conversation. Maybe this is in a positive way. This might be a day where you feel safe, comfortable to share a thought, a secret, information with somebody that you trust. This can be a day where you want to take action, to speak about, to express yourself about the collective issues, healing, liberation that you feel called to. This can be a great day to communicate if you have any ideas surrounding spirituality, about healing, about the collective issues, you know, healing and liberation. This is a great day to do so. You know, if you want to organize something, if you want to, you know, speak with your community, share ideas, you know, that is a great day to do so. And since we are in pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, this aspect will repeat. So it will happen again November, depending where you are, 17 or 18, and then one last time after Mercury station direct in December 13 or 14, depending where you are in the world. So chances are these conversations might repeat or continue, or you might decide to reach more people later on in those days as well. Next day, well, not next day, sorry, the day after, November 1st, we have Venus in Libra opposing Chiron retrograde in Aries at 24 degrees. In some way, it feels like today can feel a little tender for some of us. Venus in Libra is encouraging us to communicate our wounds and trauma with someone that we trust, right? Maybe this is a day again for healing conversation. This can be a great day to schedule your appointment with your therapist, psychologist, your healer, astrologers, someone that you feel comfortable sharing what you're moving through, right? This can be a day to attend a healing session, right? Or just having a talk therapy session, or just have a chat with your supportive system, right? People in your supportive system. And finally, on Sunday, we have another beautiful supportive aspect happening. We have Venus in Libra squaring Jupiter in Cancer at 25 degrees. Okay, so this can be nice, but too nice, depending which way is going. All right, let's talk about it. So Venus is in Libra, one of its home sign in its domicile. Jupiter is in Cancer, a sign that Jupiter is exalted in. So basically it's meaning both of them are good thing, and they're both the benefic planets. When we have two benefic planets in the sign that they thrive in come together, it can be bad, but sometimes it can be too much of a good thing. And sometimes too much of a good thing might not be the best thing as well. So be mindful, right? So this is a sweet one, right? This is definitely a signature of overindulgence. So please do watch out if you tend to go overboard, you know. And since this week, some of us, I know we will be maybe celebrating Halloween, going out. I know not in the maybe best traditional way, right? Many people use Halloween as a way to party and indulge, which I'm not saying that it's not bad, just not my way of celebrating. But hey, you do you, right? But because we have this aspect and it's happening during this weekend with all this stuff, I do want to remind us to be mindful, right? Don't abuse the substance and go overboard with drugs and, you know, psychedelics or whatnot, right? Be mindful. But this can be definitely a day or the weekend that some people will go overboard with eating, partying, drinking, and next Monday it will be a bad hangover with a green smoothie type of situation. So pick your poison. But this is also an invitation to let your hair loose, relax a little bit, treat yourself, enjoy life a little bit, do something nice to yourself, treat yourself, and have fun today, especially if you are feeling stressed. If everything happening, whether this is in personal world or on a collective level, is, let's not lie, right? It's not easy, and it's putting a strength on all of our lives. And if you are the ones that is feeling a little bit heavier, you know, stress, you're not prioritizing yourself, today is an invitation to do so, right? What can you do to allow yourself to just take a deep breath, slow down, retreat, and just do something to take care of yourself, right? Maybe this is go to a restaurant that you want to try out. You know, this is scheduling that massage. This is just sleeping in. Leave the cleaning to the next day. Cut yourself some slack, right? So if you are that person, this is an invitation to make it about you today, right? On a collective level, this is about inviting and providing ease, nourishment, you know, Jupiter in Cancer, safety, protection, justice, Venus in Libra, right? Fairness, balance into the collective, because this is about making sure and knowing that we are all sharing this earth together. There is no way that any of us should feel unsafe, right? It is each and everyone's sacred duty to make sure that we can all live in a society that everyone is safe and fed and, you know, feeling it is okay to be themselves, right? So I do hope that this square between Venus and Jupiter can call in some positive change today on the world stage. So let's put our hope out there and manifest that in, right? To call in that, not just for ourselves, but for the collective. So this is what is happening on for us this week with astrology. So connect with me. Come back after the week and let me see how you move through all these energies. Did they show up for you, right? Did it help you? Giving you a heads up, just like a weather report. I always love hearing from you all. So don't be shy, comment below. And if you feel like this video is able to help you in any way, it costs nothing for you, but so much to me it will mean so much to me by subscribing, by sharing, liking, commenting. So I love you all so much. Thank you for allowing me to do this and sharing this with you all. And if you want a more personal consultation, I do offer all kinds of astrology consultations, readings, tarot and akashic records reading, distant reiki, energy healing sessions. Just drop me an email. All my information are in the description box below. And since I am a Scorpio sun, during this whole Scorpio season, okay, this is me doing my official announcement right now, which I was so busy I did not remember, but I will definitely repost this message on the community board. But if you're watching this, if you're watching till now, you clearly, I clearly love you all. So during the Scorpio season until November, I believe 22nd, you will enjoy the biggest discount of the year, my solar month discount, which is a 20% off on all my offerings. So if you have been waiting to have a consultation to work with me, just send me an email and we'll talk about it, right? And we'll get that scheduled down. And if Scorpio season is not free for you, don't worry. You can still get that discount if you schedule your booking within this month with me. But like, let's say you won't be free until like December to do that reading or have that consultation, we can definitely do that as well. So just reach out to me. Thank you so much and I'll see you next week.